Brewtubers, happy Homebrew Wednesday, though it's no longer Wednesday. I'm filming this on New Year's Eve after I usually work late Thursday nights, but since I didn't post last week before, Christmas, even though I don't celebrate Christmas, as you know, but I didn't post last week, felt that I filmed something and put it up hopefully tonight or definitely before the weekend starts officially after tomorrow. So, quick story before I crack into a beer and talk to you guys about reflect a little on 2015 and then looking forward to 2016. So, funny story is, as you know, a couple Homebrew Wednesdays ago, or maybe my last one, I spoke about organizing all my beers. It's me standing in front of my shelves because my wife's using the kitchen now. I thought I had tried Nathan Oulet or Hopback Nate's Saison that he gave me at Homebrew Wednesday Homecoming, but in fact I came upon the bottle with yellow cap, and I know that I've never used a yellow cap, so I'm like, oh crap, I told him all these tasting notes on Facebook, and then I found his beer with the yellow cap. So to start off the video, thought I'd crack it open using my favorite La Trappe opener. And pour it into a brewery that brews great Saisons and Belgian beers, Allagash Brewing Company. So I'll talk more about it in this video. Nice pale Saison color. I'll save that last little bit because I don't know if it's bottle conditions. It looks like it is because it's a little on the cloudy side. So, quick review. We got a nice, as I said, cloudy, pale, that straw golden Saison color with a nice cap of white head. I'm pretty sure he said he put a little honey in here. I don't smell that, but there's a really nice Saison yeast character. I don't know if you use French or Belgian, but some nice fruity Saison, lemon, lemony esters that you usually get for the style. Really nice, refreshing, not too sweet smelling. Really spot on. So cheers to Nate. Cheers to you guys. Happy New Year. Yeah. I can definitely taste that the extra simple sugar from the honey kind of drove up the ABV and gave only a little bit more of that like fruity esteriness that you would get from, like, say, a triple, but it doesn't finish too sweet. Now that second sip actually it's a little drier in the finish, but really good beer actually. I don't know the ABV, I don't know anything about the recipe, but pretty good beer overall. So, although I'm a lefty, let's switch it to my right hand for now. The one thing I would want to do more of in 2016 is do more beer mail swaps. And I was looking through my beer, because I remember before filming this video that I have beers from other Brewtubers that I haven't gotten to. So a long time ago, I believe maybe in early 2014, I did a trade with SJ Pour, and he sent me some beers. And here I have a Tyler Holland Presents Creekside Brewing's Spiced Winter Ale on it, or Winter Warmer. I think he had his own version. This is his cousin or family friend's version, which has spices in it. And it was bottled in December of 2013, so it's about 2 years old, and it's 9.8% and 41 IBUs. So it should have aged well. And I think I have another high ABV Belgian style beer from SJ that I still haven't opened. And when I was finishing up my beer cap bar top on my Keyser, I made an announcement on YouTube and elsewhere that I was looking for people to donate caps, and one of the people that donated caps was Grant Baker from New Zealand. And along with the caps, he sent me his 7.2% smoked Scotch ale. So I've had this for about a year or so already too. So I just haven't gotten to it, and they got lost in the shuffle, like it tends to be with a lot of my beers that I have in bottles now since I started kegging, and lost in the shuffle. So I hope to review those and then do more beer mail swaps I know one that's coming up is with the Dean's List, Mike Dean. He's gonna send me some beers after a little bit after New Year's, and then I'll send him some stuff. So that's the first one. But I look forward to doing more trades in 2016, so I can try more of your beers, and share more of my beers with you guys at the same time. So before I get into what I'm brewing next, I want to talk a little bit more about Allagash Brewing Company. So a few weeks ago, I went down for my go-to beer bar here in New York City, which is called Blind Tiger Ale House. I went down there for their annual Allagash event every year. Rob Todd, the founder, and some of the brewers come down from Maine to one of the iconic bars in New York City. Again, Blind Tiger Ale House, my go-to beer bar. And this is the year, it was the third year in a row that I interviewed him. But like last year, I decided, due to the fact that it was already dark outside and I don't have an extra light, and it's too dim in the bar to film there, I decided to do again a podcast. So I'll link in the episode to the podcast episode that I posted on the brewtubers.com. You guys can give that a listen. But one thing I did differently this year was brought two of my home brews to the event for him to try, and everyone else there to try. And one was the 2 bottles only of the dark saison that I soured with Allagash dregs that I had, and everyone really liked it. It wasn't as carbonated as I would have liked, but overall the flavor profile was there. So I do want to, for my next beer, I'm going to brew an Imperial Belgian IPA, and then a brew in the bag like I did last time with my dark saison, but I'm going to make it all sour. And then and I have the slurry that I took from the original sour, where I grew all the dregs up in 1 gallon. And then today at work, I got delivered from Rob Todd. So I gave him my work address because I get home late, so I've gotten packages there nowadays. And I got a package from him with 2 Cool Ship beers. The Cool Ship Red, which is an ale aged in oak barrels with raspberries. I thought it was going to be cherries when he said he was sending me this one, but apparently it's raspberries, and I do love a framboise, so looking forward to trying that. So that'll be fresh dregs along with everything else. And then another bottle, which I've already have in the mix in that slurry, is a Cool Ship Sorghum, which is a blend, almost their version of a goose. It says here, Cool Ship Sorghum is a blend of 1, 2, and 3-year-old spontaneously fermented beer. It's not brewed in Belgium, so it's not alambic. And then the finished beer has aromas of apricot, lemon zest, and candied fruit. Notes of tropical fruit and flavors of funk lead to a clean, tart, and dry finish. So I'm really looking forward to popping those open. And when I brew these a week from this coming Sunday, and then once I pitch the slurry, I'll be drinking these 2 beers with friends, and I'll sanitize the top of the bottle, and I'll pour the dregs in. So that should be cool. And then with my brown ale, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to include a clip I filmed in this video. It's probably going to be too long anyway with all the wrap-up stuff. But I'm not really happy with how both versions turned out. Maybe I'll put a little bit more detail in the description of this video, but just overall, I used the Thames Valley yeast from Y Yeast 1275, which I never used before, and then my temperature control was a little inconsistent with the swamp cooler, so I'm not really happy with it. So I'm going to share it with some people, maybe like Mike Dean, get his thoughts, but overall, I want to brew it again with either an American yeast strain, just like 1056, or the other yeast strain that was recommended for the Cigar City Maduro clone, which is the Y Yeast 1968 London ESB. But my Doppelbock is still lagering for another couple weeks, because I kegged it on December 15th, so I want to give it a full month, especially for a big 7.3 or 7.4% lager. And then once I carbonate that, and it's tasting where I want it, I'll include it in a Homebrew Wednesday. In terms of my brewing goals in 2016, I'll introduce it this way, is that one of the reasons I want to do more beer mails is because I'm not going to be brewing as often, because some of you Brewtubers already know this, but in April my wife and I are expecting our first child, so that's one of the reason that my quad, which I labeled here, I'll show you a close-up of the label in a second, is called First Fruits Quad because it's our first fruits. So, so on the label that I printed out and put on the bottles, which looks so cool. As usual, I printed it at Staples. See, it says vintage birthday because I'm aging it until the baby's born, and then on top it says, Baby Wasser, my last name, and then due April 2016, and then I wrote up a nice blurb to go along with that. So I put, the same label on the 23 or so bottles that I have of the 375 ml, and then of course the 750s. It looks really cool on both sizes, I should say. So in terms of brewing, it's gonna be crazy. So like I really don't. Of course, there's a lot of beers that I want to brew. Like, I want to brew an ESB. I want to rebrew my 2014 SJ Pour Self-Righteous Wookie Black Rye IPA. But in the months leading up to the baby and the months after the baby's born, I have no idea how often I'm going to be able to brew. So in general, it might be smarter for me just to brew split batches or batches like Belgian beers, which I don't need to manage the fermentation as closely because they can get warmer. I don't know. If you guys have any advice for all those Brewtubers who have kids, how you managed your brewing in years that your wives gave birth to a child, let me know in the comments below because I'm at a loss. I just, as you guys know, I always have goals for beers that I want to brew, recipes that I want to rebrew, and stuff like that. But it's a crapshoot because in the months, once the year starts, every few weeks there's gonna be more stuff that needs to get done to prepare for the baby. And once he or she is born, we're not telling the gender, it's gonna be even crazier. So yeah, so there's nothing really to plan for concretely. But overall, I had a really good 2015. I didn't brew as much towards the end of the year, but I did brew some beers that I was really proud with, especially like the Imperial Stout, which had such a crazy brew day, and then the beer ended up coming out pretty darn good. So yeah. So I guess I'll stop rambling. Wish you guys Happy New Year, and I hope this go on more homebrewing adventures with you guys together as a community in the coming 2016. See you.